Hey everyone, Vince Giordano, Juniata County Library. Each day I give you a short video and answer your questions, so ask us anything. Today's question is, where do you see libraries in the future? Recently I've been looking through past reports of our library since we started over 50 years ago and looking and seeing what things checked out, what people wanted when they came into the library, what we spent money on. And for a while, we spent a lot of money on nonfiction books and different materials and equipment to, access reference materials. And as time has gone on, and now that there's Google and smartphones, people don't necessarily have to come all the way into the library to find something out. They can do it immediately on their phone. Now, the results they get are going to be usually different than what we can find at the library, but that's another, thing entirely. Anyway, what libraries in the past did was a lot of it was focused on print materials. And then now, year after year, circulation, meaning checkouts for print materials, have gone down, and checkouts and circulation for digital material has gone up, such as ebooks. Now, if print materials are being used less, we can't necessarily buy less, but we can sort of think about, okay, if people are coming to the library and they're not looking all the time entirely for books, then what are they looking for? What we found over the last several years is that more and more people and groups and organizations in our community need space to meet, whether it's an agency meeting or a study group or somewhere that somebody can take what they learned in the library from a book and put it into action. So what we did is we took a second room that we had and we converted it to a community room. So now we have two meeting rooms that are heavily used. And that, I believe, is where libraries are headed. When I was in grad school and I was doing a study on academic libraries, I went up to the Paterno Petit Library at Penn State University. And I did a whole study looking through the whole building. And a few things that really stood out was the amount of rooms. It was like hallways filled with meeting rooms and meeting rooms and meeting rooms. There was a lot of computers people could sit on, but where the books were, those were in an older part of the library. It was not recently renovated at all. It was dark. A lot of the lights were off and the ceiling was really low. And I'm not even 6 feet and I was almost hitting my head. So you look at those things and you think, what's the priorities then? They're not making books and print materials very easy to find or very appealing, but there's tons of meeting rooms. So I believe in academic libraries, that's where things are going. But for public libraries, I believe that the public needs space to spread out and to take what they're learning and put it to good use. And especially in some areas where there's a lot of agencies that, need to have a meeting. Space is limited and it's hard to have a building or be able to afford those things. If you want to use any of our community rooms, they're free to you to use. Now, we always accept donations for whatever you feel the room and the space and the time was worth to you, but you can use it for free. We don't allow birthday parties or people bringing in food, but if you need a meeting, if you need a quiet space, you can reserve one and we'll set that up for you. And you can even use it after hours, after we're closed. So again, where I see libraries going is more space and open space dedicated to patrons, readers using it, and maybe a little less on print, but that's okay. So thanks for watching and ask us anything.